my name is Leah. It's been a little while since I've recorded a video and I thought I would start with a fairly easy one. I was tagged in the positivity tag, I think maybe 2 or 3 months ago now, and I thought it's about time that I did it. For those that have followed me for a little while will know that I'm pregnant, and that's why I've been a little bit quiet. Pregnancy symptoms have been a little bit rough. I will be doing a pregnancy update for those that might be interested in that, but for today it's just a positivity tag. I was tagged by a good friend of mine. Her name is Jen and her channel is 1000 Words. You should go and check her channel out, it's absolutely amazing. She shares so many wonderful ideas and she just is good at everything, so you should go and check her out. I will link it down below and hopefully above as well, so you can go check that out for yourself. So it's just got 4 questions in this tag, so I'm going to get stuck in straight away. So the first question is, what 3 things are you good at? So this is quite hard sometimes to kind of give yourself a little bit of a boost and actually say some things that you're good at, but these are the 3 things that kind of popped in my mind straight away. The first one I thought of was organising, and that can be an event, maybe such as my wedding, or organising my home and things like that. So I planned all my wedding. I did have some help, but I did do most of the planning and it was done to the absolute T. And it was a bit of a joke because I had spreadsheets galore, and the ceremony, it was timed per minute, not even every 10 minutes, just making sure everything was on time. So I am quite good at organising and making sure that everything is done in a timely manner and in the best way possible. And with my home, I'm quite good at keeping things organised normally. At the moment, things aren't as organised as I would like them to be, but that's due to being pregnant and having absolutely no energy to do anything. But normally I am pretty good at keeping things organised and keeping on top of things and doing it in a way that it's easy to keep organised. My second one is finding solutions to problems. Now that can even be with the organisation of your home. Like I like to find solutions to and then maybe an organisation problem, so maybe the shoes in the hallway, having them spread out all over the place, I'll find a way of having them organised in a way that is easy to do. So I like to look for the solution to the problem, even in small spaces. Our home isn't huge, although it isn't tiny either, but I've had to come up with some clever ideas for storage in order to be able to maximise the space. So I've done that quite a lot throughout our home, and I am quite good at that. I'm also quite good at finding solutions to problems in other areas of my life. So at work, I look after the data, and if a problem is occurring every single month, I try to put something in place in order to solve the problem before it's kind of highlighted with us. So I'm kind of solving the problem beforehand in order to eliminate any problems later, and I am quite good at that. I've put so many processes in place in order to be able to eliminate a lot of the problems going forward. And what was taking us a long time, I used to do the job full time, I'm now doing it part time, and although I do get a lot of support in that, what was taking us a long time to do these jobs doesn't take quite as long anymore because I've put all these processes in place to solve those problems. And the last thing is photography. I would say that I'm pretty good at taking photographs. I know there's a lot more that I need to learn and I would like to learn. Just like the technical side of taking photographs, learning how the camera works, to be able to best take a photo. But I feel like I've got quite a natural eye for it. It's something that I started doing maybe 17 years ago, I think it is now, and I feel like I really picked it up very quickly, that I've got the creative side of photography, something that's possibly hard to teach, or maybe you can teach it but it doesn't always come naturally to everyone. I feel like that came naturally to me, and then since then I've had to learn the technical side of it, and they kind of go hand in hand together. You know, seeing the creativity, seeing a picture kind of within that box, rather than, you know, you can see a beautiful scenery, but to be able to kind of picture it in the box and how best to capture that is one side of photography. And then there's a technical side where you're learning how to use your camera, what settings to use in order to be able to best capture that picture. And I feel like I am good. I'm learning the technical side continuously. I don't think I'll ever be there fully because there's so much to learn. And I have learnt a lot over the years, but I feel like the natural side, or me, I'm naturally good at seeing a picture and capturing that, and so I do feel like that's something I'm good at. The next question is, which YouTubers inspire you the most? Now I have picked out 3, but I feel that there will be plenty other YouTubers on YouTube, and I possibly even follow them. But these are the ones that kind of popped out to me. That I picked 3 different things that inspire me, that they particularly do. And there are plenty of other examples on YouTube. And I'm not saying that these are necessarily the best ones, but these are the ones that I follow. And these are the things that kind of popped out to me when I follow their YouTube channels, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So the first one I want to share is Jen at 1000 Words. She's the person who tagged me in this video. I have followed her for a very long time. We are friends in real life, outside of the internet and YouTube. I met her many years ago when she was living in England. She now lives in New Zealand, and we got to know each other, and we have a lot of things in common. She's also good at photography, and our lives are very different. She has children who are older than mine. I've got one little boy who's 18 months old, and I've got another one on the way, as I've already said. And so our lives are very different, although our ages aren't very different. She's only a few years, 2 or 3 years older than me, so she's not that much older than me, but our lives are very different just because of life experience, as in where we've been in our life. I was single for a lot more years than she was, and so our lives have been very different, but that doesn't really matter. It's our interests have been so similar, and when I eventually got to know Jen, I could see how similar we were in our interests. And so I followed her blog for many years before YouTube, and I was so excited to see the next blog post because she had so many clever ideas, and I was so interested in seeing what she'd come up with next to solve a problem, because she often will solve problems within her home, and just, you know, rather than going to spend loads of money, she'll find a solution that isn't too expensive. And now I do follow her on YouTube as well, and she's just got so many clever ideas, and she does share her life, and she shares what she does with her family and her home, and they now live in New Zealand, and they're just living this wonderful life over there. But she also shares all the different ideas that she comes up with, whether it's a recipe or a craft project or something, you know, a different way of storing something in their kitchen, whatever it is, she shares that, and I definitely am inspired by that. And she has shared ideas I actually use in my home now, or I've adapted that idea to work for me. And so I do definitely follow her and look out for the next idea that she has to share. The next YouTuber I want to share is a lady called Katie Ellison, and she just makes the most beautiful videos. She's a mummy vlogger as well, and she also has a blog, I believe, and she's got 2 little girls and a little boy, and she does share her life. She does vlogs, more natural kind of everyday videos, but she often does a video that's kind of very arty. Not so long ago, I think in spring this year, she took her family, her and her husband took their family to California and did a road trip, and the videos she put together just made me want to go, and they're just so beautiful. Now, she's probably got more equipment than I do. I'm not sure whether she's got anything too fancy, but she's got a real eye for capturing just beautiful videos. Just the way she edits them, the way she films them are just so beautiful, and I really long to be able to make videos like that, and I do try to every now and then. The effort that goes into that is far more than just doing a regular vlog. You know, you can do a vlog by just getting your phone out or a little camera and just capturing little snippets of your day, but she really thinks about the style of the video and capturing just little moments throughout the day that you wouldn't think of capturing it, and they just are so beautiful. And she really inspires me to make more videos like that, because I just love the artistic side of it, and that's kind of my photography side coming out. You know, I love to capture beautiful photos, and I'd love to be able to kind of transfer that over into my videos as well, and I do try to, and I know I've got a long way to go. Having better equipment will definitely help me, but it's not always about the equipment, and we say that in photography a lot. You know, you can go and spend a lot of money on a new lens or a new camera, but if the person behind that camera hasn't got the creative eye for capturing that, you could have the most expensive camera in the world and your photo or your video still isn't going to be brilliant. You'd still have to have that kind of creative side and take the time and effort in order to capture that. And, you know, just think about what you're filming, and it's not just taking a straight video. You know, she does shots from low down, capturing their feet as they walk down the stairs, things like that, and it just takes a lot of effort, and she really puts 110% into those videos. And some of her videos are, like I said before, more laid back when she's trying to do maybe more videos throughout the month, so she can't do that all the time, but when she does do those videos, they are just beautiful and I absolutely love them. And the last YouTuber I want to share is a lady called Mrs. Meldrum, and again she's another mummy vlogger, and just recently, a few months ago it was, her husband gave up his offshore job to be a stay-at-home dad, and between the two of them they are making their money from YouTube. And it's just amazing that someone can, I know there's plenty of other YouTubers making money from YouTube, but the fact that he was earning an offshore wage and he's been able to give that up in order to be at home with his family, and that's just amazing and that's really inspiring. Now, she has been on YouTube since she was pregnant with her second girl, and the little girl is I think 3 years old, so not much more than 3 years, and she's got it to a level that both her and her husband are able to stay at home. Now they do have a second channel where they do their more daily vlogs, that's where she does the vlogs with her husband, but the Mrs. Meldrum channel is just mainly her. But between the two of them they're able to earn enough money in order to survive in life, and they don't live a life where they're not going on holiday, that they live in a tiny little house. They live in a beautiful house up in Scotland and they go on holidays abroad, and you know, they're not living the high life, but they're living a good life, and that's just amazing that they're able to do that. Now, I'm not saying that I will be able to do that in the future because not everyone can, but it's definitely inspiring that someone has been able to do that and is able to, through making these type of videos, earn enough money. Now, obviously she'll have other contracts and making money through other sponsorships, but that's how they're living their life now, and that is just amazing that they can both be at home. It's really hard work being parents, and particularly if one of them is away a lot. My husband isn't away a lot overnight, but he works long hours, and sometimes I'm not seeing him until after Tommy's gone to bed, so 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. It just depends on the day, and he goes out very early in the morning, so we're not seeing him a lot during the week. And then the weekends are just so precious, and we've got so many things that need doing in the house and in the garden that we feel like he's constantly having to do jobs. And just a thought that it could be possible that we could both be home and working, but not working quite as much, would just be amazing. And it's something to dream about maybe, but yeah, definitely inspiring that she can do that now. The next question is, what 3 things are you excited about? The first one is not being pregnant. I'm not going to complain because I know it's an amazing thing that I am pregnant because we're going to have another baby, but I really do hate being pregnant, so I'm looking forward to not being pregnant. The second one is that I am looking forward to meeting this little baby. I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl yet, but I am looking forward to meeting them. Hopefully at the end of this year. I'm hoping it's not too late in December because that's when I'm due. I'm looking forward to it being well before Christmas, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I am looking forward to meeting this little baby. And the last thing I'm looking forward to is being able to use our garden. Those that have followed me for a little while know that we've been working on the garden. It's a slow process. As I said, my husband works long hours. I'm not really able to do a lot at the moment, and he is coming home sometimes during the evening doing it, or at the weekend. But it's a huge space, and it's all on a hill, so we're having to deal with that as well. It's not just a case of it's a flat area and we just need to landscape it or put some grass down and some plants in. It's having to deal with different levels and hills and that kind of stuff as well, and there's a lot of rock out there, and it's just a huge job, but we are slowly getting there. We were able to use it, I think it was last week or earlier this week, a little bit, but we still need to do a few more things in order to be able to properly use it, and I'm looking forward to the day when that can happen. Hopefully it's not too far off now that we can at least use some of it. We've had some beautiful weather recently, and it would be nice to be able to just go out there without having to go to the park to get outside, and just be able to go out there, and then when we're ready to come home or come inside, it's just like into the door rather than having to walk home. And the last question is, what do you do to relax? This is a bit of a difficult one for me. I'm not very good at relaxing, but I guess at the moment I am more so. Being pregnant absolutely tires me out, so I kind of am forced into relaxation. And this time, I've been busy. I've got work, I've got a little boy, and I'm trying to keep on top of the house. I've had YouTube and my blog, and the exhaustion was really bad, and it's starting to get a bit better now, although I have days like yesterday I was absolutely exhausted and I couldn't do very much. And I've just said to myself, do you know what, if you can't, you can't. And the main things is I need to go to work and I need to look after my little boy as much as possible, as best as I can. Everything else can wait, and obviously we need dishes doing, but as long as the dishes are done that we need to use, I just need to be happy with that. And so I have kind of put things on a back burner. The house is kind of clean, but not as clean and tidy as I want it to be. So the things I've been doing to relax is not doing all the housework. I've done that. I've been watching a lot of Netflix in the evening, so just kind of lounging on the sofa once my little boy's gone to bed and just watching Netflix. So I've gone through a few different series. Another thing that does relax me, maybe not quite as much at the moment, but it does in general, and it's going for a walk. I do really enjoy going for a walk. It can be tiring, pushing a pushchair, but I do love being out in the fresh air, particularly if we have nice weather, or should I say not rainy weather. I'm not into the rain, I hate it. I don't mind it from the indoors, but I don't like being out in it. But I do love going for a walk, and so where possible I will try and go for a walk. Just getting out the house and feeling the breeze on my face, the fresh air. Although it tires me out in many respects, particularly at the moment, it also gives me a release of energy in a way, and you know, just being outside, I just love it. And sometimes it's hard to push myself to do that, but once I do, I really do feel a lot better. And so that in a way it relaxes me, or it relaxes my nerves or my anxiety levels or whatever it is. So it doesn't necessarily mean doing nothing when it says relaxing. You can relax kind of other areas of your life, so it might be energetic, but I'm kind of releasing a bit of stress or a bit of anxiety, and that's a good thing. So yeah, definitely going for a walk is a relaxation for me. And finally, I just need to tag a couple of people in order to do this tag themselves. So I've got a couple of YouTubers to tag. I've got them written down, so I'm just going to look down just to make sure I get the names correct. The first one is Annalise and Mel Mummy Mayhem, and the second one is Addie and Jess. So I tag you both. I will link their channels below so you can go check those out. Well, that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!